Hi guys, welcome back. So let's talk about France versus Scotland. The teams are out, and also I'm going to make my final predictions for the Guinness Pint Predictor for this weekend. Let's get stuck into France versus Scotland. It should be an absolute barn burner because basically any game involving Scotland is exciting. For France, they haven't quite clicked as a team yet. Individually, there's been some decent performances like Antoine Dupont last week, but certainly, Gaultier would have been within his rights to make some changes, but he hasn't. He's pretty much stuck exactly with the team that's been going, apart from we've had Antonio being banned for a high tackle, so Hawass comes straight in, leapfrogging Falatau on the bench there, so a bit tough on him, but Hawass is straight in at the tight head, but it's the same team essentially. Maybe you could argue for maybe Jalabert coming in at fly half because Intermac hasn't quite done it. The backline overall hasn't quite clicked. Maybe they're missing Dante at 12. Maybe they're missing Villiers for Demortier. I don't know. Ramos's kicking's been really good. Like I said, Dupont's been really good. So, the potential's there, but they haven't quite clicked. Is it a coaching issue? Is it a player issue? I don't know. The forwards, we know they're big, we know they're powerful, but they did get run around a bit by Ireland. Are they missing the athletic ability of Woki? So certainly a few questions there on personnel and coaching. If they fall flat again, if they have a poor team performance, I think questions will definitely be asked about this French team, which are favourites for their home World Cup later this year. So quite a lot of pressure on France. Obviously another loss probably puts them out of the Six Nations as well. Now let's talk about Scotland. They know they are right in this Six Nations with 2 wins from 2. They've backed up a good performance against England with another win. Townsend, unsurprisingly, has stuck largely with his winning team. The big story is the return of the Mish. Hamish Watson into open side. Crosby being kicked completely out of the 23, which is really tough because he's been playing very well. If Hamish Watson is back to his best, I think you say fair enough, because at his best, Hamish Watson was a world-class open side. Is he back to his best? I'm not sure. Let's watch him closely. Now, Townsend has made some tweaks on the bench. He's going for a 6-2 split. 6 forwards and a bigger set of forwards as well. It looks to me like he's reacting to the power of the French pack. Now, is it right to react or stick to your own game plan? That's a good discussion. And Crosby not even on the bench could be a bit of a mistake. It looks like Skinner maybe goes to 6 as a bigger blind side. Ritchie, the captain, moves across to open side. And Watson, relatively fresh back from injury, comes off, and then Dempsey looks like a like-for-like replacement for Fagerson, maybe a slightly bigger number 8. So it looks like he's trying to counteract the big French pack to me. Harsh on George Horn, who's a very nippy scrum half, but he's been kicked out in favour of Ali Price. Is that just a rotation, or is it for his experience for this big away game? I'm not sure. That leaves Kinghorn covering a lot of positions here, 15 wing and fly half, all of which he can do very well. He's been playing absolutely great. He might say, why aren't I in the starting team? But no, he's such a good player, especially for the 6-2 split. Although if they have a centre injury, could be a bit of a problem. My guess is they move Carl Steyn to centre. I don't think they want to make any changes to the centres. Let me know who you move to centre, and is it a bit too much of a risk? So I think there's definitely a bit of a reaction from Townsend to the French threat. Looking at the team, though, it's crazy attacking, and I think that backline with Tuipulotu, Hugh Jones at 13, Big Duan van der Merwe on the wing, I think it's potentially more dangerous than the French. How often do you say that? Staines been looking great on the other wing. Hogg's probably quite yet to fully fire, but we know what he can do. Russell's been absolute magic. White's been justifying his starting spot, so that backline, can't wait to see how it goes. Can the pack hold out? Is playing Hamish Watson straight in there at open side a good move, or should they have stuck with Crosby? On the bench there, you can see the players. Johnny Gray, the younger Gray, still on the bench behind his older brother Ritchie, and then the 6-2 split as you see. So let me know what you think of the French team and the Scottish team, all comments below. Then a couple of other selection notes on the other games. Gary Ringrose, unfortunately, is a late withdrawal for Ireland after being named at outside centre. He's injured, so Aki moves to 13, Big McCloskey comes into 12, so it's a massive midfield, but maybe not quite as agile. Will Italy's impressive backline fancy themselves going round the outside, round the edge a bit easier? I don't know. Is this one change too many for Ireland? They've made a lot of changes already, so that puts a little bit of a twist on the game. And I did say it was a bit strange that Ben Curry had leapfrogged Ben Earl into that bench spot, but it looks like Ben Earl has picked up an injury. Shame Tom Pearson wasn't called up though, but let me know what you think of that. Now finally on to predictions and on the Rugby Analyst Guinness Pint Predictor League, which you can still join. Sure, you might not make it far up the league, but you certainly can win your pints of Guinness over 18s. I am currently 239th out of 685, so I need to make a move, need to do a bit better. Italy versus Ireland, even with all those changes, I think Ireland are just a bit too slick. Ireland win by 14, I'm saying, so I'm going for a fairly big win there. And for Wales versus England, I think there's just too much disruption in that Welsh camp. A lot of changes to the team. I think some of the players aren't playing their best, like Tipperick, like Faletau. They've changed their 10. It's a bit hopeful they could come good, but I think logic says that England just about take it by 5 points. I think England are improving slightly more than Wales, although I'm not completely sold on some of their team as well. France versus Scotland. This is the hardest one to call for me. Scotland are playing so well, but France at home, they know they've underperformed. I think they're going to come absolutely firing, maybe tighten their game up a little bit, look to control it through the forwards with the kicking. So I say France squeak it by 3. Anyway, guys, let me know your predictions, all the comments on the teams. Love to know them, and I'll catch you next time.